Can you really get the girl that you see before you? Who knows? And who cares? But are you approachable? Can you actually think yourself or label yourself as someone with a unique tale, unique stories? Because it gotta be totally different. It can't be like everyone else because that's just plain boring. You have to find story. You're a storyteller. You're a painting, if you want to put it that way, that you are willing to share with everyone else. Those shades of colors that you have and those paintings tell a story. You know, a woman's intrigued and loves a man with a great mind. The physical, the whole, your physique, what your face looks like, how tall are you plays one role, but your mind plays so many different others. So focusing on that, we're not pretty enough, we're not good enough. But ask yourself this: is your story good enough? Because that's what's more important. Your mind is what tells the story. It's not your face. It's not your body. Your body says that yeah, you've been working out, you've been going to the gym. Your face says you've been using some sort of special wash or soap or some unique product to make your face, or or you went the surgery route and just got that whole shit modified. But the thing is that all that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. If it helps, though, imagine yourself as one of your role models. One of your role models that are very dominant in in their uh in their own little world. Like Mr. Gray or James Bond. Those guys they don't care. Say this is me and this is what you're gonna get. That's the approach you need to do. Is just be yourself, have the balls to actually approach someone and say, hey, this is my story. Blah 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 blah. Now the response back is not really important. Like if they reject you, oh well, right? You just gotta keep on going. It's just you know what you have, and what you have is good enough. You have the tools to have not everyone, but someone to appreciate you for who you are. Just have to embrace the idea that you're unique and your mind is meaning what's attractive is your goals as as in you're on a mission to accomplish something. And that person, yes, this person is unique and you find it interesting, but it's not important. And it should be important. Anyone put 2 feet in the water is not a very good idea. Put 1 feet in, test the water, and see if, you know, and just open up the invitation. If it approaches, fine. That's, that's good enough. But if it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what you think what matters. Stop stop thinking that everyone else's opinion is more important than yourselves. It's not. You know, I will tell you this though, approaching someone is not going to be easy to do. You could take those role models as a way to ease your mind a bit, but it's not going to take the fear of you not approaching someone or you approaching someone. Hmm. Yeah. So when that happens, it's basically you're putting on training wheels. When that happens, of course, you're going to ease your mind. You're going to first couple of times that you approach someone, it's still going to look uh very on unusual for yourself, and as well as very unsexy. But that's okay. Just keep going with it. So just keep going because it's usually the opening that's the hard part. But once you let in that person into your life, you tell your story. You tell a story to the best of your abilities, what you're good at, and embrace the things that you find unique. Because it could be the smallest little thing, but you can actually make that small little thing into something of a beautiful campus for the other person to see and everyone else to see. So one there's no one way of approaching females or anyone for that matter. Is There's a lot of different ways. You just have to be creative enough to actually find those ways. So, but it's basically I see it's basically as you drive a manual transmission. First gear is always the hardest. First gear, you must before anything you really do have to master the whole clutch and gas situation. Bring up the gas to a certain level and then easing up on the clutch and see it just smoothly roll. Because one of two things is going to happen though when you're first doing this though. Either you're going to stall out or the takeoff is going to be completely fail. It's going to look horrible. But with practice, once you get the use of everything first gear, it's not even a thought in your mind because you've done it several different times already. And then two gear two to infinity is already easy, or is already easy because you know the knots behind it. It's just first gear is always the hardest. So in the case of you not take yourself away from vehicle, first gear is you approaching the female or approaching the somebody, whoever, celebrity or whatnot. It doesn't have to be a female. And then gears two to infinity is your uniqueness, your storytelling abilities. And that's when you actually capture it. But before you capture someone, you must have that approach because that approach is going to tell within a couple of seconds if you're worth someone's time or not. And I think you are worth someone's time. You just need practice on the approach part. But once you got the approach part going, that story will just take off. Because because you ask yourself how you see a lot of other guys with pretty as females, it's because their approach is flawless. Their stories behind them, as it just follows along. One thing unique, and another thing unique about females is that they do tend to forgive. They don't forget, but they tend to forgive. So, who knows? You can approach a person one, two, three times. Fourth, if you're lucky. That means they probably like you or something makes unique about you. but you never lose faith in yourself and the idea that you can be a unique factor in someone's life. You never lose that. But until then, until you master those things, you have to take one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. And just embrace the journey, knowing that you're one step further from accomplishing a goal of yours that's been troubling you for so long. So take those approaches and take those approaches to heart, not to heart, but take those approaches with pride and joy, because you're just discovering yourself. You're not where you are, where you are. You're not where you want to be now, but you soon will be. Just take one step at a time and keep moving forward.